moment. You can grab that. I should do that just for a test, just to see how much damage I'd really be doing. God damn it, that fucking boss again! She literally one-shot me! Are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me, man? That shit again, every time! Oh, I'm so done. That is dumb as fuck! Holy shit! Yo, what's up guys? Colby Cheese here with an update on my Split Arrow Crit and Frenzy Ranger, which, as you saw, just got killed once again to the same boss that all of my other characters died to. Yeah, well, the little titty bitch boss, she's bugged. She kills everyone that I know of that has seen her. I don't think there's actually any way to survive her without having max block, and then you can maybe survive for about 2 seconds. I survived for about 1 second without dying, even though none of the other monsters in the zone could touch me. But that said, this character is still quite viable and very strong. I even had way more defenses coming my way. So let me go ahead and talk about the character. As you can see, I'm kiting around Cole, and you know, that's cool and all, but I also have the defensive option of placing up a skeleton totem. And when I throw up that skeleton totem, as you can see, they tank the boss. They actually blind him and make a lot of the bosses really easy to deal with. So I wanted to show you that as a defensive option, but I also want to go ahead and just show you my character as a whole. So I'm using a lot of different abilities here that I was testing around and playing with, one of them being Barrage, linked with Chain, linked with Pierce. As just an example, here it is. We're throwing on Barrage with Chain. Now, one of my ideas that I had with a character was to actually use Barrage and Point Blank, since a lot of characters will run up to your face and you can just get a lot of extra damage. Whenever you chain, all of the damage from that initial hit is going to apply to the rest of the chain, so you can do a very massive amount of damage with Point Blank and Crit using Barrage, especially now in the new leagues that you can corrupt a quiver and get an extra additional arrow. So if you can manage to get some kind of setup with an extra arrow on your bow as well, then you can have just an amazing amount of damage because you'll be shooting so many additional projectiles with that barrage. However, that said, that is just one of my ideas. That wasn't what my character was built around, but overall, the main thing that I'm doing here is I'm using frenzy charges. I've got 6 of them or I think I have I've got 6 of them at the moment, and each additional frenzy charge is going to increase the damage of my frenzy as a whole, as well as my cast speed and my attack speed. So it's really nice. I can place down my skeleton totems faster, as well as I can use my other abilities much quicker. So overall, it just increases the damage of my entire build to a drastic extent. So let me swap over my gems once again. This is my actual setup that I've been using for pretty much the whole game, and that's using Split Arrow with a chain attached to it. Now, I've tried Pierce as well, and I've switched them on and off between leveling, you know, just to see if I can get a feel for it. And a lot of people are saying, oh, you can get more DPS with Pierce and things like that. And I think overall that theoretically is true, and in a lot of cases you can actually do way more damage with Split Arrow and Pierce. But in practice, whenever you're using Chain, it's much better because it's bouncing between enemies that are not within your cone of influence that you would have if you were using Pierce. So yeah, long story short, I think that Split Arrow and Chain is much better in 90% of the cases, whereas Pierce, you know, that 10% of the time when all of the monsters are lined up perfectly, you're going to be doing more damage, of course, but that's my 2 cents. So this particular build was a lot of fun. I'm actually very sad that I died. I was getting very powerful. I was up to the point to where I can farm Piety very nicely, and I had around like 160 rarity. So I had that for a lot of that for the most part of leveling as well. And my character was finding all kinds of items. I was to the point to where I was ready to farm mad amounts of currency. So my build, having Ondars and acrobatics, makes it actually very powerful for this actual zone because of being able to dodge all of those projectiles. Let me go ahead and show you the 159% rarity. That's because of rarity gem attached to my frenzy, of course. I'm using RSC's gauntlets, and my rarity also comes from an amulet and from a helm, which is pretty good. I used to have Peregrine before this one, and then I found that one there. And then I think I have some of my boots as well, and that's about it. I still needed a couple more items to really maximize my rarity, but in terms of just soloing and actually grinding stuff very quickly, that's a really high number of rarity to have for just, you know, I would be able to do maps with that number. I would be able to obviously keep doing piety over and over. So it worked out really well. Now I've also got a really fast leap slam. You'll see I'm using prismatic eclipse and a bright beak. That's what I use to jump to the bosses very, very quickly. So I'm just going to jump all the way to the end. I'm going to show you the piety fight here. And so I've skipped forward, and I'm just using my, my split arrow to go ahead and clean things up. Whenever those titty bitches shoot at me, you'll notice that they hardly ever hit me because of Ondar's Guile, doubling my evasion chance. I don't even have evasion yet. Eventually I'll get 2 auras running, but I don't have the reservation nodes just yet in my build. So for piety fight, the easiest thing to do when you're using a ranger is you just you mouse over here and you push your your single target button, in my case frenzy. So I hold down W. I can move my mouse anywhere else on the screen. You'll notice my mouse is not even moused over here. See, I can move it over here, and it's always going to target her as long as she doesn't go behind a pillar. And that's the best way to just clear her out very quickly. Okay, that time she went behind a pillar. And as you can see, I can just sit there and tank her arrows. They don't ever hit me, maybe one time, but not enough to really kill me. And she's going to go down very quickly with this strategy. Probably shouldn't be standing in that lightning storm. As you can see, it hurts. Yeah, let's go ahead and move. Just move slightly, retarget her, and she's going to fall very nicely. So as I started to level up a little bit more, got an upgrade in bow, I would be able to kill piety in a matter of seconds. And this is just me barely getting to her, but overall, very amazing build, a lot of fun. I'm going to post up my final items in my build guide, so if you want to check out more info on the passive tree and stuff like that, go ahead and check my link down below. But that's it for this character. So rip and scrub core noob shit. It's time for my new strategy, the Uber Immortal Tank Marauder. If you guys want to see more about this one, go ahead and check my stream, twitch.tv/KolbyCheese, as I'm leveling it up, and you'll see more info about that in the coming days. That's it for now. Peace out, guys.